Today we're catching up and I'm sharing why it's been a little quiet here, what I've realized about work-life balance and the exciting direction we're heading in. So let's have a bit of a chat because we're officially into the next chapter in both life and business, and I can't wait to bring you into the loop. Let's jump in. Hey there, welcome back to the vlog. If you watched the last video, you're expecting a different video from me. That video is coming in a different way on a different channel. So let me explain what's been going on over here in my world. Now, I first just want to say thank you. Thank you for being a part of this little community that we're building. I know it's been a little quiet over here on the channel, and today's video is basically just a big catch up. Like, we're just sitting at lunch and I'm just filling you in on everything that's been going on because there's been a lot. My world over the last several weeks has been a bit of a whirlwind. Now, if you didn't already hear, we did have a couple of product launches, the Island Path Dashboard Collection and the Busy Blooming Dashboard Collections. And then this last week, we had a launch of curated sets and grab bags, which is allowing space for new products coming into the shop, which I'm super excited about, by the way. So I've been busy in the Live Happy Label world. We're moving into the next phase, this next chapter, if you will. So that has definitely been a priority and taken a lot of my time over the last few weeks. Now, you might already know that my mom has officially moved in with us, and she's actually been here since last October, but a lot of her things were still in storage in California. So my daughter and I flew to California, and with the help of my sisters, we were able to donate a lot of the bigger furniture, pack up her most important things, the things that meant the most to her. And now her stuff is officially here, which is so exciting. So we've been sorting and making space for everything over the past few days. I'm gonna give you a walk around real quick of kind of what all of that has entailed, a peek into the process and how it all went down. Now, they're actually picking up the cube today. So let's head out there real quick before we get into the nitty gritty of what this video is all about. So let's head outside. Okay. So this is the cube that came all the way from California. And I will tell you, this has been absolutely amazing. Now let me tell you the panic that ensued when I first saw this cube. I was like, oh no, oh no, there's no way we're getting everything in here. So if I remember correctly, it's 7 feet by 6 feet deep by 8 feet tall. You guys, it was plenty big. So what we did was we just took everything out, put everything here in the garage. I had cleaned out the garage. We did a dump run. It was amazing. Tell me why I love going to the dumps. Just decluttering and de-junking feels so good and has kind of like spurred me on for some deep spring cleaning. Anyhow, we had put everything here, and now let me show you what the inside looks like. Well, first of all, that, if you're ever thinking about that, so much more goes into that than you would think. We actually ended up having more space than we thought we would have had. We could have probably kept more things than what we actually donated, which is a bummer. Love, love, love. And we went with U-Pack. They're awesome. The whole process was so good. So this is kind of what, I mean, besides Kai's toys, this is kind of what we're working with. I just have things just put around the house here. Mom is still sleeping, so I'll show you what we're doing with her room, but everything is here. And all of her tchotchke type things we've put here so we can pull from it as we, need little knick-knacky type things on her shelves. And like I said, I'll show you that if she's okay with it in a little bit when she's up. But here we also have more things, like lots of pictures and books and just lots of mementos. Oh, who's that cutie? But what's really cool about all of this stuff, it's like bringing mementos in to my home from my childhood, and just seeing some of that stuff is just, it's awesome. And it was a little bit of a bittersweet situation, right? Moving my mom's stuff, the things that meant a lot to her. We donated all the furniture. We did a dump run. We ended up having to throw some things away. But for the most part, the process that we had went off without a hitch. So mom is officially here, moved in, and now we are kind of making her space really more like her home. And I get to put some really cool things from my childhood in my home now, and that's exciting to me. You guys know I love my home decor stuff, so win-win for everybody. But that process was pretty intense, planning everything, but we planned it so well that it, like I said, it went off without a hitch. I'm sure you know, of course, I took my planner with me. And so I've taken these out because we're done with the process. But I simply used just a note paper and wrote all the information, who we used as movers. I had to coordinate with like the storage facility to make sure that they were okay with having a cube there. I took notes for everything so that when I got to California, this situation went off so smoothly, and I knew who was coming when, who was going to help us, and I had all the contact information like kind of at a glance like this. And I know it looks a little bit messy, but here's the thing: when you write stuff in your own hand, when you are the one who is kind of creating a document, whatever it's going to look like, you're gonna know exactly where to look for information. So I could technically say to my sisters or my daughter, I could say, hey, open the planner, go to this page. I had a little tab right here. Just pull the tab and you'll see all the information. Call so-and-so and make sure that they're on their way. Or call so-and-so and make sure that, you know, we've got everything like in order so that when they get here, we can just go with it. So everything here was so helpful to have it all on one page. And then of course there was extra information on more pages, but the gist of everything was on the top page. So we just had to go in, and then I just made notes of other stuff. We've had a lot going on here. Like, it has been a whirlwind of decision making, really thinking about things, and then decision making, getting my mom settled and moved in, and it's been awesome. But it has been busy, which is kind of, you know, pushed me back a little bit when it comes to content and YouTube and Instagram and all the platforms, but we're gonna talk about it. Now, because this is happening here, I am slowly, this is what we've been working on the last several days, is just getting everything sorted. Pictures here, books here, not quite sure what to do with here, organization stuff here, more pictures to hang on walls, which is gonna be the funnest thing ever. We've got loose photos, which my sister is coming and they're gonna help make albums for mom to get all that stuff put away. And then all of the things that will be the knick-knacky type things all here. But in the meantime, my daughter's stuff that she claimed. But in the meantime, this has become a dump ground over the weekend. Like, huge dumping ground. How beautiful are these Mother's Day flowers? So good, they're so pretty. So this is what my desk looks like. We're gonna need to organize that. I cannot sit, well, I literally cannot sit in my chair, but I can't work in this kind of a situation at all. I could never sit in this. So we're gonna have to clean up stuff because, like I said, I literally have just been dumping things on here. That dining room table was filled with my grab bags. We've got them down here. I've got some orders that I'm gonna need to pack. We ran into a little bit of an issue with anybody who ordered any of our curated sets. I actually ran out of boxes. So I had to order them, so they'll be here so we can finish packing stuff up. But I started pulling orders and I was like, oh no, crap. So I ended up ordering. I did not anticipate the number of people who would order more than one of the sets or the grab bags, because it is so much bang for your buck. It's kind of awesome, but I'm trying to clear out our inventory of older things so that I can make room for new inventory. But I do have, so I'm storing them right here before I'm able to pack them. But that dining room table was filled. This house has kind of been a little bit in disarray. So it's gonna feel really good to clean. So before we do anything, we got to pick up a little bit. And then I'll kind of explain really big decisions that were made and all the things. I feel so much better. So we still have clutter because I've got to get to these things, which over the next week I will. And, you know, and also why I'm so bummed that we don't have boxes big enough. So I've got kind of bags and orders everywhere just because I have to wait until those boxes get here. And then I also have some tech stuff that I need to figure out what to do with. I have a whole bunch of stuff down here that I need to deal with, and more just tech stuff. So, but it's better. And I do have space here to pack orders for anything that's like a onesie twosie type thing, or things that I just pack in other boxes than what I don't have. But I am very excited that we are cleaning out stock and, like I said, making room for new stuff. Okay, it feels so much better in here now that my office is put back together. I can actually breathe a little bit easier, collect my thoughts, right? So sorting through mom's stuff, I gotta say, has definitely given me that push to start spring cleaning our home, and to kind of pick back up where I left off on some of our home projects. Anyhow, that's a conversation for upcoming vlogs for sure. So first, I've said it before and I'll say it again, sometimes you have to slow down in order to speed up. Sometimes you realize that you're going down the wrong path and you need to course correct. And that's kind of what I've been doing here. But I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love the changes. I know I'm super excited about it and kind of where we're headed. So the last couple of years have been honestly a little all over the place, right? I was expecting it though, because when you're building something completely from scratch, especially a business that you've dreamed of for so many years, there's a huge learning curve. And I've kind of felt that in every way. Has it taken more time than I imagined? Yes. Has it been harder than I thought? Absolutely. Has it cost more money than I thought? But it has been absolutely 1000% worth it. I love what I've built so far, and I would absolutely do it again in a heartbeat. Now, If you're a solo business owner or a solo entrepreneur, you'll get this. We wear all the hats, and I mean all the hats, from product creation to sourcing and working with manufacturers to learning all the tech, social media management, photography, content creation, website building, and then maintaining that website, right? Customer service, budgeting, finances, planning, emails. The list never ends. There are tasks that you got to do every single day. Now, it's beautiful and it's fulfilling, but it's also a lot, especially when you're trying to do it with integrity and with heart. And I can say that I put my heart and soul into my products and what my website looks like, the packaging, literally all the little details. Now, one of my biggest lessons that I've learned lately especially is that I need to stop sharing things too early. And what I mean by that is I get so excited about upcoming plans and launches and ideas, and I want to share them with you right away. But here's the thing, I'll share something and then life would happen. I'd realize that it's going to take more time, more resources to make that happen. And then I feel like I let you down, or you'd be anticipating something and I couldn't come through with the time frame that I gave myself. And that's literally coming from a planner. So it kills me inside. So I have to admit, the only pressure was coming from myself. I wasn't getting that pressure from anybody but me. So I've made a deal with myself. And that is no launch dates, no promises, unless or until I know I can deliver, unless we're 100% set in stone, period. But here's the real breakthrough that happened. I realized that I'm starting to build a business that is running my life instead of the other way around. Like, I found myself negotiating with myself about taking time off, wondering if I could go on a lunch date, take a trip down to Magnolia and have a shopping day, or travel because I had work, right? So I was sitting on a plane with my daughter when it hit me. I don't want to build a business that tells me what my life should look like. I want to build a business around the life that I want to live. That's the vision. And that realization felt really good and kind of refocused my intention. Another big realization is that running an online shop means being present on social media all the time, every day. And I finally accept that. Yes, I'm a small business owner, sure, but I'm equally a content creator. It's part of the job. And before, I treated content like it was a side thing, but now I see it as a core daily task. The good news is this is still going to fit into my overall vision of building a business that fits into my life, because I can plan things out, get a little bit ahead, which also makes sense for what I do anyhow, right? So I can no longer always post on the fly. It just basically means I got to get organized with it and create a little more intention, or create with a little more intention. So that brings me to YouTube and how I'm moving forward, what this plan is going to be. Now, Charlani Every Day, this channel right here, is staying exactly as it is. Vlog style, real life, behind the scenes of both life and business. It's just you and me hanging out, doing everyday things, growing a business, living life, no pressure, no box. But I'm also starting a second channel, and that one is going to be all about the mindset behind planning, life organization, basically life lessons, things that I've learned over the last 50 years of living. It's going to be a place to share the tools and habits and perspective that have helped me to stay grounded and organized and positive even when life gets busy. It's going to be a lot like what you're seeing here, just me and you chatting together. So if you've ever wanted to know the how and the why behind what I do, how I keep a positive outlook, how I plan, how I shift my mindset, that's where it'll live. Think of it as kind of like a calm space for conversations that go deeper. We can spend more time on one topic, on one thing. And these are videos that you can come back to again and again when you need them. So honestly, just talking this out with you today feels good. I've sat with this for a while now. I did not rush the decision. It's been a little over a month and it feels good. It feels aligned. It feels sustainable. And I know what content goes where, which has been an obstacle that I had a hard time wrapping my head around, and it really did make me feel stuck in moving forward, but we've got it all sorted out and I'm 150% all in, and I know now that I can show up consistently because now everything has its place and I'll be filming based on what's going on in life rather than creating a life to create content around. I hope that makes sense. Now, I am not the girl who just wings it. That is not me. I am a planner. I need a routine and a schedule. I need a game plan. But I think we've got a really good one moving forward. Starting next week, you can expect a weekly vlog here on Charlani every day. We're officially off and running, and I'm gonna keep you posted on that second channel. It will be coming soon. So thank you again for hanging out with me, for hanging in there with me, for growing with me. This little universe that I'm building over here wouldn't be the same without you. And I'm excited to share more, to create better, and to bring you along for all of it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.